Hey everybody, I'm Belinda Sandor. Welcome to Lessons from the Cockpit. Looks like we're having a little technical difficulty. All right, let's just see what we're doing here. Okay, great. All right, I'm Belinda Sandor. Welcome to Lessons from the Cockpit. Let's get started. Hey everybody, Belinda Sandor here. Welcome to Lessons from the Cockpit. Today we're going to talk about why referrals are the best clients and how to find them. This is a really important topic and I'm very, very excited to dive into it with you. So I'm going to be your host and I'm also the host of the Virtual Assistant Connection, which is a Facebook community with over 27,000 members. And the Virtual Assistant Connection is the sponsor of Lessons from the Cockpit. And at the VA Connection, we work with brand new, aspiring, and established virtual assistants, and we help them build a thriving business through our free online community, our coaching programs, and our courses. So thank you for coming today. I can see a bunch of you are headed in here. Let's just say hello. So hello from our Facebook user. Maria, hello, good morning. Linda Brand says hello. Hello, good morning, Alexis. Yes, and Veronica, good morning, everybody. So come on in, cozy up. Let me know where you're coming in from. Candace just joined us. Hello, Candace. Lots of VA school students here today, which is awesome. Awesome. Okay, hey, Teresa, and Tori's here. You guys, you rock. You totally rock. Come on in. So today we're going to talk about, like I said, why referrals are my best way to get clients. And we're also going to talk about, how to create sort of an engine of referrals in your business. But before we dive in, I'm just going to introduce myself. And again, tell me where you're coming in from. So I see Danny is here and Mary. So glad to see you guys. So this is me and my, as I call her, little delish, Emily. And this is 2010. In 2010, she was 9 years old and I was just starting out my business as a virtual assistant. And it was a really tricky point in my life. There was a lot going on. I was not where I thought I would be a couple months before I was turning 50. I didn't have a job. I had a ton of debt. I had to sell my home. Was getting divorced. There was pretty much nothing that, wasn't kind of up for grabs. And that can really be a huge confidence crusher. That's probably the best way to put it. Confidence crusher. Because, I just didn't feel safe. I didn't feel like I was in control. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But I knew I had to figure something out. Like I had to pull out of this because of this little delish here, Emily, and wanting to take care of her. And then the other thing was, I wanted to be a mom for a long time. I had her when I was 40. And the kind of mom I wanted to be, was a Girl Scout leader, was baking cupcakes. I wanted my life really to be built around those everyday important things, that people remember. I wanted to build memories with her and for her. So I knew that getting a corporate job was not going to be the way for me to go. I also, when I had jobs in the past, they were not 9 to 5. And even if they were 9 to 5, so let's say I got a 9 to 5 job and I commute 30 minutes, which is probable. And I get home at 5:30 and I don't know, I pick Emily up from wherever she is, or maybe someone's there in the house with her. But now, we're transitioning into dinner, homework, bath, bed, all those things. And that's not how I wanted it to go. I really wanted to be there in a way that a 9 to 5 did not allow. Now, the other issue was that I was the primary support for us and there was no income coming in. So I had to figure that out. It wasn't like there was no time for fooling around. So I decided that I wanted to do admin work. And I wanted to do it because I'd done it in my 20s. I felt confident about it. I felt like there was a need. And so I started telling everybody that I knew about my work, and or I didn't have any work, about my idea, really. And my first client I got at the school bus stop. One of the dads was there, and he had just started a business. I had no idea he started a business. And he said, "What's new?" And I said, "Oh, I'm starting this new business. I didn't have a business name. I didn't have a website, nothing." And he said, "Wow, I started a business. I'm drowning. I would love for you to help me." And so that sort of started my journey. And we're going to talk more about this today, because this is how the referral engine starts. Okay. My next client, I met him in the reception line, not the reception line, the buffet line at a wedding. Chit chat. He gives me his card. I connect with him on LinkedIn. He gets in touch with me because he needs someone like me to help him, because I am potentially the solution to his problem. And he is thrilled that he met me at this wedding, right? So we are going to talk about how this works, and we're going to dive in. But that's where I started. So I've been in business since 2010. Rocket Girl Solutions is the name of my business. Thriving. I've worked with over 225 clients over the course of all these years, and I've earned over $1 million. The first year I was in business, I made $70,000. I charged $50 an hour, and every year since then, I've made at least $100,000, and some years much, much more. And here's what it looks like today. So this is Greg. We got married. Now it's the fall, so I can't say last summer. I have to say in 2021. And these are his 4 boys. David, Charlie, Stephen, Andy, and Emily, of course, is right in the middle with me. And life is different now. Life is different. The finances are handled. No more minimum payments and barely getting by. And it was a journey. It was a journey in self-reliance and figuring out what I needed to do to take care of myself. And really at the core of that was starting my virtual assistant business and getting my confidence back. So let's see who's joined us here. Let's see who's joined us. All right. So we said hi to Mary. Somebody's vacationing in New Hampshire. Way to go. Maria from Pennsylvania. Robin is here from Westland, Michigan. Hello from LinkedIn. Hello, Ruth. Alexis is in Virginia Beach. Candace is coming in from Northern Ontario. Robin said, I also have had a confidence crusher. Yeah. And Ritzel is here. And you know what? I'm going to be on Ritzel's show coming up here soon. She is a VA student, VA school student who's in Malaysia, and she has a weekly, I believe it's a weekly show. And I'm excited. I noticed it on the calendar. So I'm going to be a guest. So thank you for inviting me to do that. All right. So, So I want to talk about this really important topic. So as you can imagine, being the person at the VA, the founder of the VA Connection, I'm talking to virtual assistants all day long. And what's funny is a lot of them are, I'm always surprised, because here's what happens. People will say, I got a client, it was a referral, and they seem kind of bummed out about it. And I'm thinking, okay, let's just keep listening. Maybe there's more to the story. And they say, none of my marketing efforts have paid off because I'm only getting hired by people who know people I know. Guys, this is good news. You want to celebrate. This is like take a lap. This is something to celebrate, because having clients come to you from people who know you, it's an entirely different experience. It's an entirely different experience. So please don't be upset if you posting on social media is not attracting strangers, because there's a whole other layer of, what's the word I want to use? A whole nother complexity that happens when you're hired by a stranger. They don't know you. You might feel like you have to sell it yourself. They might feel like you need to sell them. The trust is not the same. It's just a different relationship. So I'm going to go more into detail about this, but that's at the top. The top level is the discovery call is different. The way you start is different. The way they feel about you getting paid upfront might be different. A lot of it might be different when you're not, when you don't clients don't come through referrals. Now, so here's the thing. First of all, someone has talked to them, who knows you, and likely they have gushed all over that person about, you should hire Belinda, she can do this, she can do that, she does this for me. So you go into the conversation very differently because they're already thinking, oh my gosh, I hope she's taking clients, because they have been not sold, but referred, right, in a way that makes sense to them, right? And so that's the first thing. So really gushing, all right? The second thing, and they know about you, right? They know about you. Your client might say she lives in Connecticut, she has a daughter, she just got married, she's really reliable. There'll be information that's shared without me in the room. And that's critical, without me in the room. The other thing that's nice is referrals are similar to your existing clients. So if you've heard the expression birds of a feather flock together, it's true. So if a potential client comes and they are referred by one of your star clients who you love, chances are very high they're going to be also a favorite client. And the flip side happens too. So you're getting a little intel about them. So if potential client comes, and they are from someone that you don't like working with, be very careful. I have thought to myself too many times, oh, it'll be different this time. Oh, I can really help them. Oh, they really need me. And oh, they just turned out to be just like the client that I didn't enjoy working with as much. So you get extra intel when they're referrals. Now, referrals have had time to think about you, right? They've maybe checked out your website. They've gone to your LinkedIn profile. They have a window into who you are. If you're publishing a newsletter on a regular basis, which I highly recommend, they may already even be subscribers. Okay. So you get on this call with them, and you don't have to sell yourself. Sometimes all they want to know is, are you taking new clients? I am not kidding. Are you taking new clients? When clients come from referrals, we have the 30-minute discovery call, but the closer I am to the client and the more productive our relationship is, the faster they just want to hire me. The record is 4 minutes. I'm not kidding. The person got on the phone. So-and-so said you were amazing. I need help with my newsletter, updating my website, all the things you do for them. I would love to work with you. Are you taking new clients? And I think they were holding their breath. And I said, well, tell me a little bit more about you, and we got to know each other a little bit more. But because of the referral source and because they were crystal clear about what they wanted, and they had checked me out, slam dunk, right? So just know it doesn't have to be hard to get clients at all. So I see we had a wow. Yeah, I know. Wow, for sure. So let's check in over here. Hello, Frederic. Referrals are the best. They are. They seriously are. I had one guy, he didn't end up actually hiring me because sometimes they come and they think they're ready and then they're not. They get scared just like we get scared, because when you hire a virtual assistant, you're going to have to be ready. You're going to have to know what you need. You're going to have to get organized. You're going to have to be clear on what you want. And sometimes that can put people in a state of distress and they decide not to hire you. But this is how the conversation went. He said, I've been thinking about hiring you for a year. I think I'm ready to get started. I had no idea who this guy was. I looked him up. He was this email newsletter subscriber. So every 2 weeks, like clockwork, boom, 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 I'm in his inbox. And that was really the conversation. I got your name from so-and-so. I've been thinking about hiring you for a year. I'm ready to roll. How great is that, right? Right. And these are not isolated stories. I have so many stories like this, so many stories. And I'm going to tell you how to do this. Okay. We're going to talk specifically how to do this. All right. So what attracts referrals? And I would love to hear what you have to say in the chat as I tell you this, or just, if you have found this the case to be this to be the true case. What am I trying to say? The case as well. All right. Candace, thank you. I made the mistake last night of Googling VA businesses, and so many came up that I was thinking I won't get any clients, but with referrals, I can. I feel better now. Yeah, if you can avoid, and I don't know. So one of the reasons that my business failed, the business that I had before Rocket Girl, was because what I used to do is I used to sit at my computer at night, usually with a glass of wine, and Google things that only made me feel bad. I do not know why I did that. It was a waste of time, and it also it was part of why I failed, because instead of focusing on why it was going to work, I focused on why it wasn't going to work, and I compared myself to another woman who had a store very similar to mine, and I just kept chasing her. Instead of having original, smart ideas, which we are all capable of, I kept chasing her, and I could never catch up. And while I was chasing her, she was making these exponential changes because she had her eye on the ball. She's still in business. I am not, right? I am not. Magdalene, hello, live. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, good. Yes. So I'm so excited to do the live expert interview with you this coming Saturday at 11 o'clock. Hey, Ritzell, if you want to drop the link for people to register, I will be happy for you to share that. Okay. If that works for you. Yeah. Alexis can relate. Yeah. Yeah. So please try not to do that. Well, don't try. Just don't. Right? Just don't. Figure something else out. Start playing backgammon with your husband or your spouse or whoever. That's what we do. We play more backgammon than I can even talk about. But it's a nice way to spend time with each other. Not a lot of talking, and and away from the computer. So find ways like that. Okay. So all right. Here's what attracts referrals. Do really good work. Do really good work. Here's a huge one. Be reliable. Be reliable. Do what you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do it. If you say you're going to do something and you can't do it, let them know. I know I said I was going to update blah, 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 blah by the end of the day today. My count, the way my day unfolded changed, and I wasn't able to get to it. I'll handle it tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock a.m. Right? So don't just let it slide by. Don't just let it slide by. The other thing is you want to be visible. You want to be visible. And we're going to talk about ways to be visible in a minute. But when you get work, you're really going to want to acknowledge it. So I have a client named Emily. She emailed me yesterday and she asked me, can you do this, this, and this, and asked me a question. I didn't have a chance to email her last night. This morning, first thing. Hi, Emily. Just want to let you know I got your email. I'll handle these two things today or tomorrow, and I'll check in with you about this other thing later this week. So she knows. So just small, simple ways to be visible for clients. Really important. The other thing that's going to attract referrals is your level of professionalism. Definitely your level of professionalism. So, making sure your stuff looks good. So if you're publishing an email newsletter, make sure it looks great. If you have a website, make sure there's no typos. If you have, and all the buttons work, it's better to not have a website than have a broken website, if you can believe it. Answer your phone. This is Belinda. Make sure your voicemail is professional. This is Belinda. You've reached Rocket Girl Solutions. Please leave a message at the tone. So think about all the ways you can take yourself to the next place. It doesn't take a lot when you're virtual. It really doesn't take a ton. A professional headshot. If you're going to be in-person networking, get a business card. All of those things that just really show you're taking yourself seriously. Taking yourself seriously is really important if you're going to be a success. The other thing is being centered and calm. So stuff's going to happen. Stuff is going to happen. And when you can save a client from a disaster in a calm, centered way, it goes a long way. So really listening to what they're saying. I kind of think of it as like dropping into a zone, like, okay, I have a problem. I need to solve it right now. Take a deep breath. Listen to what the client's talking about, because things happen. Websites go down, newsletters go out with mistakes. Things happen that may or may not even be related to something I did, but things happen. And so you want to really be calm and centered. All right. Good. Okay. So Ritzel says the live expert interview will be on her Facebook profile. So click Ritzel's Facebook profile and sign up. All right. Okay. Now I want to talk about how to make a client attracting referral system. Okay. And it all starts with the simple success formula. Now, if you guys have done the VA Client Kickstart Challenge, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, we talk about the simple success formula during that training. So here is what the simple success formula is. Okay. Stay in touch with the people that you know. Stay in touch with the people you know, people that you like, not people that you want to marry or have best friends, but just people you know and who are likable. Okay. Then what I want you to do is tell them about your business in a simple, clear way and repeat. Okay. Simple, clear way. So let's talk about the people you know. Bosses, coworkers, neighbors, friends, people you know, your cousins, and you don't want to prospect. You're not trying to figure out who's going to hire you. You just want everyone to know. Because think about this example. We need to get our skylight in our kitchen replaced. I'm not going to go down I'm not going to Google it, and I'm not going to go down, there are no phone books anymore, but I'm old, whatever. I'm not going to look in the yellow pages if that existed anymore. I guess it does. It's just online. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask friends who have houses with skylights, did you ever have your skylight repaired? That's how I'm going to do it. And that's how people are going to find you as well. All right. That's how people are going to find you as well. So you want to just keep in touch with all the people. Now you want to, so the first is to tell everybody that you know. The first is to stay in touch with the people you know. The second is when the dad at the school bus stop said, hey, what's new? I told them about my business. So you can wait till they say, hey, what's new? Or you can ask them, hey, what's new? Or you can ask them a question about their work and you can tell them about your work, right? And I want you to learn how to do this in a clear, simple way. Something like, I'm a virtual assistant. I work with solo professionals and entrepreneurs, small business owners. I help them with all the admin work on their business, like website updates, email newsletters, and managing their inbox. And then we have the famous and important stop talking, right? If you missed it, we're selling t-shirts that say #stop talking. We're taking pre-orders until October 15th. So think about that. If you are a follower of #stop talking, okay? Now, the next thing I do is I keep in touch with them. All right. And I do this in lots of different ways. My email newsletter, individual emails, snail mail cards. Here, let me grab one. I have one right here. So here is an example of a snail mail card. So I sent these to 60 people a month. Rocket Girl Solutions, operational optimization idea of the month. That's meant to be kind of silly. And then here's a picture of me with a tip. So I send these out to 60 people. You can do it a lot of different ways. You can do it in a lot more affordable ways, but this is how I decided to do it because I knew the importance of staying in touch with people that I knew. Okay. You can do it at networking events. You can do it on social media. Just know that on social media, it's passive. You want to lean into staying in touch with people you know. And social media, think about the scroll, right? Boom, boom, boom. Nobody's really paying attention. So you can put it there as another like aha, but it's not your secret formula, your secret, success formula. This is, all right. This is. Now you can make this work even if you're an introvert, if you are not a big fan of networking, because remember, I was a busy single mom, and I actually quit a well-paying job when they asked me to sell. I was making, I don't know, like $85,000, something like that, working at a nonprofit. I was the director of operations and they asked me to sell and I got a new job. Because that's how much I am not interested in selling. So this is good. So Maria says, I got mine. She did. Maria was the first person to order the #stop talking t-shirt. Mary says, I got a phone book last week. I was surprised. We have a joke about that in our family. Because, Greg's always saying to his boys, where's the phone book? And they just laugh. Yeah, stop talking really works. It does, because it creates a space for a conversation, right? It creates a space for a conversation. And that's what you want. You want to build relationships. That's how you have a wonderful, fabulous, abundant business. Build relationships authentically. Okay, authentically. All right. So if you want to learn a whole heck of a lot more about how to master this skill of attracting referral clients, I want to invite you to attend my 5-day training, the VA Client Kickstart Challenge. We're starting on October 31st, which is in, what's today? The 4th, in less than 30 days. So you can go over to the vachallenge.info, vachallenge.info, sign up. You'll get an email, join the Facebook group. We're opening the Facebook group up tomorrow. It's just getting ready, and you can have the full benefit of the Kickstart Challenge experience. Now, if you've done the challenge before, you can come on in. If you're a member of VA school or you've graduated, come on in. The more, the merrier, all right? The more, the merrier. So also know that on the 4th day of the Kickstart Challenge, we're opening doors for enrollment of my signature program, VA School. I know a lot of you have said in the past, you know, I want to join. The money's not good right now. The timing's not good right now. All the things I want to save. Start doing that now. Start clearing your schedule for the challenge. And if you're one of those who have told me, I want to jump into VA school, start getting ready, because I would love, love, love to have you. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for coming to this episode of Lessons from the Cockpit. I'm thrilled to have you. I hope this was informational. I hope this gave you some concrete next steps to take your business to the next step, whatever that step is. Okay? Thank you for coming. I'll see you around this week. Bye for now.